So one question is the hypnotized person always in a relaxed state where they're just listening to the therapist, or do they sometimes interact and talk? Because people tell me, well, I've seen in the movies, I've read a book in which the protagonist or the patient or the client in a hypnosis setting was also talking and describing different events, and in some cases the events seem to be a little traumatic. Is that true? Can they be heard in hypnosis? That's a fair question. And let's see what happens with that. There are two ways to actually solve a problem other than simply accepting a suggestion. So it makes it a total of three ways. When you accept a suggestion, that's the first way to actually solve a problem or achieve a particular goal, because what's happening there is we're replacing one limitation with its solution. So if a person has been told you must eat to grow and now they became overweight, they can now accept the suggestion that they no longer have to eat as much. They can say no to extra food, and one suggestion kind of replaces the other, and they can solve the problem that way. That's the first way. We've talked about that. The second way is by activating their own intuition, their own dreams, and their own gut feelings. Let's see how that works. The person can go into hypnosis, and rather than actually suggesting the solution to the problem, we can simply say, we can simply activate that part of themselves that knows the answer, and perhaps in the form of a dream during regular sleep at night at home, or through what we call intuition, gut feelings, the person may simply come up with different ways of doing things. So people sometimes come here, professionals, scientists, sometimes come over here and they have complicated scientific problems or professional problems they're working on, and they don't know quite how to solve this. And the hypnotherapist may not have the solution either. So we suggest to them that your own unconscious will send you the answer to the question. Well, they leave the office and they feel more inspired, they feel more creative, and it may happen during a dream, or it may happen during a flash of intuition when they simply come up with the answer to the problem. One of the most prominent uses of that particular technique is in the retrieval of lost objects. A person will have hidden something, let's say a very expensive piece of jewelry or something, and they come back from a vacation or something and they forgot where they put it. So they come to the hypnotist and they say, look, I lost this or that and I don't know where I put it. And they go into hypnosis. We simply remind them that they know where they left it. And as they get home, they say, oh, wait a second, what about the drawer underneath the... And they go there, and there it is, because that's where they left it. So we can actually use hypnosis for retrieval of lost objects, as we call it. And we do that by activating the power of the subconscious mind simply through a suggestion. So notice that in that case, the hypnotherapist doesn't know where the object is. So the suggestion is not, go to the drawer under your shoes. The suggestion is, you know where you left it. When you get home, something will alert you to the fact that the object is where you left it. And the person gets there and they have an intuition, or they may have a dream. And when they wake up in the morning, they say, oh yes, I remember now. I left it in the garage, and I go find it. The third way, so the first way that we can solve the problem is by accepting a new suggestion that supplements the first. The second way is by activating intuition or dreams. And the third way is really interesting, and this is what most people associate with hypnosis, and it's what we call hypno-drama. Now, what is hypno-drama? Simple. You've been to the movies, you've been to the theater, you've been to the opera, and you know that when you go into those kinds of emotionally charged situations, such as a powerful movie, a powerful play at the theater, you realize that you learn something. And you might watch a play, you might watch a movie, and the experience that you lived through at the movie, at the theater, changes you somehow. And you leave the theater thinking, wow, life is like this, the person is like that, this could happen to anybody, that kind of thing. You might be very inspired, or you might be very disturbed, depending on what you saw. But the point I'm making here is that the movies can change your life. The theater can change your life. In fact, theater has been used for thousands of years precisely for that purpose, to change people's lives. So what's the point of this? Is the theater real? Is the movie real? No, you know, it's a whole bunch of paid actors doing something, and you know it's not real. It's just an agreement that they're going to behave a certain way. And yet, It's a powerful representation of reality. Now imagine this. Do we really need to go to the movies to watch a movie? Or is your mind the best movie theater in the universe? And the answer is, your mind is much better than any movie theater. Your mind is the prime movie theater in the universe. You have been using your mind as a movie theater throughout your life. We call that imagination, and we also call that daydreaming. So when you daydream or when you imagine something, what's really happening there? If you pay attention, in your mind you can almost see yourself doing that or feeling that, whatever it is that you're imagining. When you're daydreaming, the only difference between the theater of your mind and the hypnodrama that we experience here is the intention and how we direct it. In other words, when we use your mind as a theater in order to solve a problem or achieve something, your hypnotherapist is helping direct the direction that theatrics is taking place in order for us to go through a symbolic situation that helps us overcome the problem or achieve whatever it is that we want to achieve. It is no different from going to the theater, watching a story, a movie, a representation of a situation in life, and from that getting some really good ideas that change our lives. So in hypnodrama, it may give you the impression that you're the protagonist in that movie. In other words, you might be going through the situation where it appears to you that you're a horseman in the years 1123 and you're chasing after some vandals, and you might feel that a spear has gone through your shield, and some people may call this past life regression. You may or may not call it that. You may or may not believe that this exists, but it's a drama, right? It's a representation of something. And you know what's really interesting about that? Whether you believe that past lives exist or not, suppose a person has a problem. Suppose a person has a problem that has not gone away through traditional means of resolving it, such as back pain or an illness or whatever. Sometimes there is no solution to the problem. They go into the hypnotherapist's office. They have this vision of something happening. And you might say, well, I don't believe in past lives, it's actually against my religion. That's perfectly fine. But then the problem that they came here for has disappeared. Because through that drama, they worked something out. What most often happens is they'll say, well, look, I'm in this drama. Like recently a person was telling me, we're both soldiers and I killed this person. It turned out that that person was actually this person's mother. Now, in the drama, they don't see it that way. In the drama, they're two soldiers and they have spears and swords and shields. It appears to be like in the medieval times, and they're going through this battle, and there's some sort of confusion between them, and one of them gets killed. But the point is that the client tells me, I know the person. The person is actually my mom, and I realize now why I must forgive her. And when that happens, the problem goes away. The problem here and now. So what was the point of the whole drama? The point of the whole drama was to get to the forgiveness. And it is the forgiveness that heals. Now, some people want to pick on a particular detail that is actually unimportant. The detail is, well, was that a past life or not? And here's the thing, it doesn't matter to us. What matters to us is that the person does better, feels that the problem went away. That's what matters, that's what we're here to do, and that's what you are going to achieve. Good luck.